At 5, the nation bids farewell to the 39th president. We take you to Georgia for the first of Jimmy Carter's funerals.
Can you help catch a couple of smooth criminals? They took off with the goods but didn't make a clean getaway. And a Valley man faces a judge tonight after a deadly shooting at a Valley bus stop. That's where we begin tonight, an arrest almost 8 months after the murder in the West Valley. It happened last spring in Phoenix near 51st Avenue and Indian School, and tonight the suspect made his first appearance in court. Fox 10's Nicole Christine joins us live with the very latest. Nicole.
Well, good afternoon, Brian and Ashley. 37-year-old Paul Lopez Jr. was shot and killed at a bus stop on May 5th, 2024. He died from his injuries at the hospital, and we now know that 25-year-old Raymond French has been arrested in connection with his murder. Now, these are the details that we knew from police right after this happened. As you mentioned, it happened near 51st Avenue and Indian School Road. Paul Lopez Jr. was taken to the hospital with multiple gunshot wounds where he was pronounced dead. Evidence including discarded items, video surveillance, and some eyewitness statements helped lead the police to Raymond French, and a warrant was issued. French was arrested on Friday after being involved in an unrelated investigation on the Gila River Reservation. Now, today we spoke with Lopez's widow, Veronica Altamirano, who says after nearly 8 months, she's relieved to see justice being served.
Man, I never thought it was going to happen, so it's been a long time coming for me. Like, I'm just so happy that I got the call today. I just cried. When I got the call, I just cried, and with tears of joy.
Now, French faces a second-degree murder charge, and his bond is $1,500,000. We'll have more from Veronica tonight at 9 and 10 o'clock. For now, though, reporting live in South Phoenix, Nicole Christine, Fox 10 News.
All right, thank you, Nicole. New at 5, a man has been arrested in connection to a deadly kidnapping in Cochise County. It started with a woman reported being kidnapped late last night. Cochise County deputies say a 75-year-old woman called around 8 last night saying she had been kidnapped by a man later identified as 37-year-old Ryan Prairie Roca. She was taken in his car and later managed to escape when he stopped at a Dollar General. Police went to her home and found her 67-year-old boyfriend had been killed. Prairie Roca barricaded inside a home but was eventually taken into custody. At least one person is dead after a crash on the Loop 202. It was last night near Gilbert Road. Police say a vehicle lost control and slammed into a barrier before being hit by a second vehicle. That second car caught fire, but it's unclear who died or how many people were involved. DPS will investigate. Phoenix police are investigating a double shooting overnight. It happened near 19th Avenue and Highland Avenue around 12:45. 2 men were found shot and hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries, and right now, no suspect information has been released. Meanwhile, Maricopa County deputies say 3 people have been arrested after a long car chase throughout the valley overnight. It began around 12:30 this morning near Priest Drive and Baseline Road. A deputy saw a car going the wrong way down a one-way and attempted to pull it over. The rear passenger pointed a weapon at the deputy's vehicle and the car kept driving. The vehicle stopped to let out the rear passenger but then kept going. The car was eventually hit by several MCSO vehicles to get it to finally stop. The driver refused to cooperate and a canine was deployed on the driver. The driver was hospitalized and other occupants were taken into custody. Phoenix police are searching for a couple of smooth criminals who almost made a clean getaway. This happened October 28th at a Valley Auto Parts store. Surveillance video shows the 2 men stealing 4 car batteries right off the store shelves. They were wearing hats and have tattoos on their arms and were last seen driving away in a gold-colored Chrysler 4-door. But they were so sneaky in the store that employees didn't even know anything had been taken.
Employees didn't even know that they were robbed. They didn't know that anything was stolen. They were prompted by the next door neighbor business that said, hey, we just saw these 2 individuals running out with batteries. It does show the importance of getting to know your neighbors, whether you're in a residential area or in a commercial area.
And if you can help catch these guys, call Silent Witness at 480-WITNESS. It's the beginning of a full week of farewells for the late Jimmy Carter. The 39th president of the United States died this week at the age of 100. Well-wishers paying their respects as a procession carrying Carter's casket traveled through his home state of Georgia today. Fox News correspondent Connor Hansen has the details from New York.
Former President Jimmy Carter honored Saturday in his home state of Georgia, where he was born more than 100 years ago. Traveling across the state, Carter's casket stopped at key milestones in his life, showing his many different chapters and achievements. The start of 6 days of memorial services Saturday for America's longest-lived president. Jimmy Carter's Secret Service detail serving as his pallbearers as his flag-draped casket was loaded onto a hearse. The motorcade passing through his hometown of Plains, where families line the procession route near a historic train depot where he headquartered his presidential campaign in 1976. The procession making a stop at his family farm, now part of the Jimmy Carter National Historical Park. The old farm bell ringing 39 times to honor his place in history as America's 39th president. From there, the motorcade carrying Carter's remains to Atlanta, making a brief stop at the Georgia state capitol. Carter served as a state senator in the 1960s and then as Georgia's governor in the early 1970s. The former president was renowned for the work he did after his time in office, leading international campaigns to fight disease and promote democracy around the world. Those who knew him best reflecting on the legacy he leaves behind.
To the values of trust, honesty, engagement, and a commitment to try to make the world a better place. That's really, at the end of the day, what President Carter has always been about.
Jimmy Carter will lie in repose at the Carter Presidential Center for the next 3 days before his remains are transported to Washington on Tuesday, where he will lie in state at the U.S. Capitol. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
A former Valley radio host interviewed Jimmy Carter after his presidency. Carter came to the Valley in the early 2000s to promote one of his books and talked with KTAR host Preston Westmoreland and told him about rooting for the Arizona Diamondbacks in the 2001 World Series.
I was kind of surprised that Jimmy Carter said, "Oh, the Diamondbacks won. We were just so thrilled." And he told me that they were down in Nicaragua. He was overseeing some elections, and all the people were following the World Series. And as you may remember, when the Diamondbacks took on the New York Yankees, they were kind of they had a bad image because the New York Yankees were the team to win.
Westmoreland says he never did find out why Carter was rooting against the New York Yankees so soon after 9/11. But of course, the D-backs went on to win the World Series in 7 games.
All right, the Horton fire northeast of Payson is continuing to grow tonight in the Tonto National Forest. The fire has burned nearly 1,900 acres and is only 17% contained. Crews are working to set up a line around the flames, and right now several communities remain on set evacuation status, including Tonto Creek Estates and Zane Gray Cabins. The cause of the fire is under investigation.
A heads up, if you plan to take light rail over the weekend, nearly a dozen stations will be closed for testing along the new South Phoenix line. It'll affect stations between Van Buren and 38th Street and will continue through Sunday night.
We're looking at this as a less of an impact than maybe shorter closures for a shorter time frame. We just kind of want to get all this work done within this 2-day time period.
Valley Metro has set up buses to carry people along the affected route.
Some good news for drivers this weekend. ADOT has no planned freeway closures in the Valley. There will be some construction, but ADOT doesn't expect the work to have any major impact on drivers. This will be the last weekend without any major closures. Work is expected to start up again now that the holiday travel season has come to a close.
Peoria police put down their badges for a local polar plunge. Check it out. The 17th annual Water Safety Day and Polar Plunge this morning at Centennial Pool. It's a way to raise awareness and money for water safety, things like swim lessons. Thankfully for them, it's nowhere near the same water temperature as similar events across the country.
And a fun event is happening now at the Phoenix Zoo, Noche de Reyes Magos, also known as the Night of the Three Kings. It commemorates the day 3 wise men followed the star to Bethlehem, bearing gifts for baby Jesus. The event features mariachi music, Mexican food and games, and it takes place tonight from 5:30 to 8:30. Tickets are $35 at the gate, $30 online. For more information, just head to fox10phoenix.com.
Well, coming up, we head to New Orleans after the deadly attack on Bourbon Street. The latest on the victims and more on the man behind it.
Plus, Mike Johnson is still Speaker of the House, but how close was the vote? Razor thin. New details from Washington after the break.